Hello students. So we have started a new chapter, coordinate geometry. In the last session we did about inclination. Now we understand inclination is nothing but angle formed with the positive x-axis of a line. Now this inclination finally makes a slope. Slope of any line is nothing but tan of theta. Theta is what? An angle formed by a line with x-axis, positive side of x-axis. That is represented by theta. Then we also realized by looking at sums that x-axis makes no angle. Therefore, slope of x-axis is 0. And for tan 90 degree, which is the slope of y-axis, tan 90 degree cannot be defined. Therefore, slope of y-axis cannot be defined. After that, we also did slope of a line in 2-point form. That means in a line, if there are 2 points given to you, we can find out slope of that line by using 2-point form. The formula which we have derived was y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, where x1, y1, x2, y2 are the coordinates of the point. Now what we are going to do today, we are going to start with exercise 5.1. We'll start with the second sum. The question is, we need to find the slope of a line which is passing through 2 points. To find slope of a line which is passing through 2 points. Passing through 2 points. This is your exercise 5.1 second sum. So we'll take the first one. Points given to us are -2, 1 and the other point is 0, 3, and this is point A, point B. So there are 2 points A, B, where -2, 1 are the coordinates of point A, 0, 3 coordinates of point B. We also know that every point has got coordinates. Now these coordinates helps us to identify the location of a point in a graph, right? Like x coordinate, y coordinate. So with the help of coordinate, we identify the actual location of a point on a graph, right? Point, coordinates, point, coordinates. So over here, if you take this as x1, y1, x2, y2. So x1 is equal to -2, y1 equals to x1, y1 equals to 1, x2 equals to 0, y2 equals to 3. Now we need to find out the slope of a line. Slope of a line, right? So slope of line AB is equal to the formula which we know, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. This is the formula for finding out slope of a line. Therefore, we can write, instead of y2 I can write 3, y1 I can write 1, so minus sign is there, so I have written minus, x2 is 0, x1 is -2, so minus of -2. Why we got this minus of -2? Because already minus sign is here and x1 is -2. So we wrote minus of -2. So this gives you 3 minus 1 is 2. 0 minus of -2 is +2. This gives you 1. The slope of AB equals to 1. This is your answer. We'll take a second sum also. Second is 1 minus 1 minus 2, 5. 1 minus 1 minus 2, 5. These are the points. And name of the points given to us as P and Q. P and Q points are given to us. Again we need to find out slope of line PQ. So here x1, 1, right? x1, 1, y1, -1, x2, -2, y2, 5. Same way, slope of AB by using formula. This time it is PQ, so I'll write down PQ, slope of PQ. Slope of PQ is y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. This is by using formula. Therefore, we can write slope PQ. Now y2 is 5 minus of minus 1 because y1 is minus 1, x2 is minus 2, x1 is 1. So minus 2 minus 1. Again, have a look how we got these values. y2 is 5, y2 minus, this is the formula, y1 is minus 1, so minus 1 upon x2 is minus 2, so minus 2 minus x1 is 1. So 5 minus of minus 1 is plus 1, minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. So 5 plus 1 is 6 upon minus 3. So this gives you minus 2. 3 into 2 is 6, minus 2 upon 1. So slope of PQ equals to minus 2. Now if you make out just a simple formula and we need to substitute values in the formula. Now we'll take two more sums. This is your third sum, second ka third sub part. This time values given to us as 3 is, C is 3, 5 and value of D is minus 2, minus 3. So over here x1, y1, x2, y2. x1 is 3, y1 is 5, x2 is minus 2, y2 is minus 3. Slope of line CD. Formula y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Now y2 is minus 3 this time. Minus 3 minus 5. This minus sign. Value of y1 is 5 upon x2 value is minus 2. Minus sign. x1 value is again minus 2. x2 minus sign. x1 value is 3 this time. So we don't require bracket. So minus 3 minus 5 minus 8. We know when two negative numbers are added, the sign will remain minus and we need to add two numbers. Again, जब भी हम कोई दो माइनस नंबर ऐड करते हैं तो माइनस साइन रहेगा और दोनों नंबर ऐड हो जाते हैं. एग्जाम्पल -1 -4 माइनस साइन रहेगा, -1 -4 ऐड किया तो 5 हो गया, सो -5. एग्जाम्पल -9 -3 both numbers are negative, minus sign will remain intact. 9 plus 3 12. -11 -14 minus sign will remain there. 11 14 sum is 25, so minus 25. So -3 -5, add these two numbers, keep minus sign intact, upon -2 -3 minus sign will remain. 3 plus 2 5, so -8 upon -5, minus sign will get cancelled, remains what? 8 upon 5. So this is your slope of CD. Slope CD is 8 upon 5. Now if you look at, these are expressions for the slope. These are the numerical values for the slope. Slope of any line, numerical value is 1. We'll take more sums. This time I'll take question number 5. Instead of 4, I'll take 5th sum. Values given to us M40 and value of N -3 -2. Same way here, if you look at x1 how much? 4, y1 0, x2 -3, y2 -2. Slope of Mn. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Now y2 value is how much? Minus 2. y1 value is 0, so minus 0. x2 value is minus 3, minus sign. x1 value is 4. Minus 2 minus 0 is minus 2. Minus 3 minus 4 is minus 7. Same way, two negative numbers you have to add. Keep minus sign there. 2 upon 7. Minus sign gets removed. The slope of line MN is 2 upon 7. So what we are doing now is, what we have done rather, we are using 2-point form. We are using finding a slope by using 2-point form. That 2 points are there, we can find out slope of a line by using formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Next we'll do by using slope. We'll try to find out whether points are collinear or points are not collinear. Now if you look at 3 points are collinear when they lie in a single line. When points lie in a single line, that means their slope has to be equal. Imagine for some time, if there are 3 points in a graph paper, in a coordinate geometry, if you look at, there are 3 points, and when points are collinear, that means they are in a single line, and when they are in a single line, that means their slope has to be same, right? 2 lines have equal slopes when they are parallel. If lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. If a line is a single line, their slopes are equal. So what we'll do is, we'll use slope concept. We'll use slope concept to find points are collinear or not collinear. Points are collinear or non-collinear. What we'll do is, we'll use slope technique to find out given points are collinear or given points are not collinear. Now let's see how we are going to do this. This is your 5.1 third sum. Points given to us. First one. Points are given to us. A 7, 8. B minus 5, 2. And point C, that is 3, 6. 3 points are given to us. A, B and C with the coordinates. As I said, coordinates means we identify the location of point on a graph. So we need to find out whether these 3 points comes in a single line or they do not come in a single line. In other words, whether points are collinear or points are not collinear. What we'll do is, we'll find out slope of AB. Then we'll find out slope of BC. If slope AB is equal to slope BC, we can say points are collinear. If slope AB is not equal to slope BC, we will say points are non-collinear. So for AB, I'll take values of x1, y1, right? So what we'll do is, we'll start this way. Here, x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. We'll take all values. Here, x1 is 7, y1 is 8, x2 is minus 5, y2 is 2, x3 is 3, y3 is 6. So we'll find out slope of AB. Slope of line AB is equal to y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. This is the formula. Equals to. Now y2 is 2 minus y1 is 8, x2 is minus 5, x1 is 7. So minus sign will come because this minus sign is here. This will give you minus 6 upon minus 12. So answer is 1 upon 2. So we got slope AB is equal to 1 upon 2. Now we'll find out slope of line either AC we can find out or BC we can find out. So we will find out slope of BC now. So slope BC. Now if you look at, these are the values of C. So slope BC will be y3 minus y2 upon x3 minus x2. Students, please note, this y3, y2 are just the representation of the formula. Formula is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Now you can take y10 minus y9 also. You can take two values of the coordinates. y3 is 6, y2 is 2, x3 is 3, x2 is minus 5, so minus of minus 5. 6 minus 2 gives you 4. 3 minus of minus 5 plus 5. So 4 upon 8, that gives you 1 upon 2. So slope BC 1 upon 2. Therefore, we can say slope AB is equal to slope BC. Again, you have to go to the imagination of the graph paper. A line is there, AB, which has got slope 1 upon 2. Point B is there. Line BC is there. Slope is 1 upon 2. Don't you think points will be collinear? So slope AB is equal to slope BC. Also I can write point B is common. Therefore, points, which all points are given to us? A, B, C are collinear. So simple it is. So we have used slope technique, slope concept to get the answer. That is, points are collinear. We'll take another sum. This is your second sum of third question. Now this time, values are given to us P, Q and R. So we'll take third sum instead of second. Third, values are X minus 1, 3. Value of Y, 8 minus 3. And value of Z, that is 2, 1. So here, same thing, x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3. Now we'll write the values. Again students, my experience says that 50% of us make mistakes at this stage only. 50%. That means if 10 students are doing this sum, 5 will make mistake while putting the values. And you know it, if you make mistake here only, that means if you just make a mistake, instead of x2 you write 3 instead of, if you make mistake here, definitely your answer is going to be wrong. Though your steps will be right, but your answer will be wrong. So be very cautious when you are substituting values of x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3. So x1 minus 1, y1 3, x2 8, y2 minus 3, x3 2, y3 1, minus 1 8 2, 3 minus 3 1, 3 minus 3 1. So how I have double checked. My recommendation to you, once you have entered the value, double check it. Double check means go back to the question, see the textbook, see your question paper, rewrite the value, double check. That means chances of making mistake is now 0. You have eliminated all options of making mistake to 0. Slope of xy, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Therefore, y2 how much now? Minus 3. y1 how much? 1. So minus sign 1. x2 8. x1 minus 1. So minus of minus 1. Minus 3 minus 1. Same thing, two minus numbers, two negative numbers, you need to add those numbers with the minus sign. Minus 3 plus 1, 4. 8. Minus of minus 1 is plus 1. Minus 4 upon 9. This is slope of line xy. Minus 4 upon 9. Now we'll find out slope of yz. Again students, we can find out slope of xz also. Not necessary you need to find out slope of yz. You can find out xz also. So this time for a change, let's find out slope of xz. Last time we had found out slope of BC, point where A, B, C. So what we have done last time was AB and BC. As I said, we can find out slope of AB and AC also. So this time I'll find out slope of xz. Slope xz. Now if I am finding out slope of xz, this will be y3 minus y1, x3 minus x1. Now you are getting the difference. Last time we had taken x3 minus x2 because we have taken different points. Now here we are taking different point. I am putting the values now. y3 is 1. Again be very careful when you are putting values. Minus y1 is 3. x3 is 2. x1 is minus 1. So minus of minus 1. 1 minus 3 is minus 2. 2 minus of minus 1 is 2 plus 1. So minus 2 upon 3. Right? Minus 2 upon 3. This is slope xz. We can make out both slopes are coming out to be different. So slope xy not equals to, last time it was equal to, this time it is not equal to. Slope not equal to slope, which slope it is? xz. Now when two slopes are unequal, obviously points cannot be collinear. This means that on a graph paper, this is say one line having slope minus 4, 9 and other line minus 2, 3. Say this is the slope of other line. Now these two lines are different lines. There is no point coming out to be common, right? Though they have given point x is coming out to be common, so lines will be, this will be a point x because x is common in both lines. But lines are not straight because this line has got different slope, this line has got different slope. So obviously this line is not straight line. Therefore points, which are the points now? X, Y, Z are non-collinear points. Are non-collinear points. Points are not collinear. So what we are doing now here is we are using slope technique. We are using method of finding out slope, and from that we are coming to points, whether points are collinear or points are not collinear.
No more spending your energy and money on coaching classes or missing classes for rain, for rally and any other nonsense. Subjects covered by multiple teachers with repeat telecasts. Doubts, concepts, applications, no problem. All explained through great and significant animation. So sit back comfortably in your home and watch Study Spectrum.